Welcome to Section 3 of the Leaders Training Module on working with your new consultants. We're going to cover the action steps for the next 3 phases in this section. As I mentioned earlier, this is where you lose people. Phase 2 is, I know what I don't know. So all of a sudden they realize this might be a little more challenging than they thought. They realize this is work, there's more to it than they considered, and if we don't keep them engaged, they do what I call cocooning, which means they pull back, wrap themselves up in their blankie, and check out. So a few things that might help save some of them. Follow or start a 6-week communication plan, which just means that for 6 weeks, you're going to connect with them each week. Use the checklist to keep you straight if that helps you. Fill in dates on that sheet when you connect as you cover some of the things listed so you know the last time you talked what you discussed. When you're done for that call, schedule the next one for the following week and challenge them to do something, whether it's getting their launch scheduled, making up host packets, listening to a training from the PZ Academy, reviewing resources in ZebraNet. The key is keeping them engaged. If you connect the following week and they haven't done it, stop the call and say, let's reschedule when you've had time to complete that. Can you do it by tomorrow? Don't play into them not holding up their end of the bargain. During these 6 weeks, you're trying to figure out who's going to rise to the top or at least is engaged in taking action steps. Working on scheduling that launch and several parties right after it before the launch happens will keep them in business even if the launch isn't completely successful. If they didn't have a good turnout or don't schedule any more parties, which we hope doesn't happen, this could be when they quit. But if they have 2 more parties scheduled, they can't. And that's when doing it over and over instills a little more confidence that this can work. To reinforce their training, invite them to things you already have on your calendar, like prospecting calls, maybe host coaching calls. If a party is happening, a networking event, use the premise of never working alone. This is a great time to share the enhanced commission levels they can earn for achieving 900 or more in a month or 2,000 plus SV in a month, earning them an additional 5 to 10% enhanced commission. Don't assume that new consultants will only hit the minimum. Start expecting quite the opposite, that they joined to earn money and will, of course, want to earn that extra money. Phase 3 is where they know what they don't know. This is initially where you want to get them as quickly as you can. A great analogy is asking a new consultant this. If you started a new job, would you expect you have to devote some time to training and to learn what the job entails? Of course, the answer yes. Do you think during that training period, if you only went to work 1 day a week, that it would take you longer than if you went in every day and were trained? Of course. So this business is no different. Expect that it's going to take time to learn everything you need to know to be successful, but I can assure you everything can be learned. If it's not from me, it's from Pink Zebra, it's from the internet, it's from books, it's from our PZ Academy. There are literally countless resources for you to learn to be a good customer service, selling socially and certainly on the internet, and building a team. Ask if they're willing to invest some time in training. Encourage them to set goals each week, to read sections of the consultant manual, or obviously to visit the academy. It seems daunting with 35 pages or so of the manual, but you'll be able to get through it, much of it, by scanning and focusing on specific areas that they really feel they need support around. If they are income driven, suggest they start going through the Pink Sapphire training module to learn more about developing a customer base and increasing their results. This begins that expectation that some of their learning process is on them. You may even revisit their income goals at this phase. If they are truly working and holding parties, then get them on a regular coaching schedule after the first 6 weeks. That means weekly or biweekly calls focused solely on business building activities, and that is if they actually are doing work. The coaching prep sheet under the leadership tab will help. Talking about reunion in July and regional rallies during the year should be an expectation, reinforcing the importance of seeing the bigger picture if they want to build a successful business. Phase 4 is you don't even think about it. Consultants that reach this level have hung in there long enough, at least believe they can be successful, and have a longer-term plan to stay in the business. This is when you can really engage them in training, have them participate in team calls, team meetings, posting on your Facebook page, whatever you have going on in the team. As you coach or talk to them, challenge them in a bigger way to reach a sales level they've never reached. Maybe set a larger sponsoring goal, maybe create a vision for their team. They may already be a manager at this point, but now you can start getting them focused on senior manager. This brings section 3 to a close.